Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Jones and I'm the Senior Social Media Executive here at Glossybox UK, and every single month I unbox our monthly subscription boxes. However, I do jump on occasionally to unbox our fantastic limited editions, and it might have not felt that long ago that you were watching me on here unboxing the For Mum, Edit and Glossy Picks, but I'm very excited to announce that the Easter egg of 2026 has arrived. The highly anticipated limited edition. I would say this is probably our second highly anticipated from the Advent calendar. The Easter egg every single year you all go mad for. And just look at it. Oh, I thought last year's Easter egg was gorgeous with the opening up surprise. But I just love it's got the Glossybox slogan here, the Glossybox logo here. It's just beautiful. Now, as always, we've exceeded it even more year on year, and this year again does not disappoint. It's got an incredible worth of £211. Contains 7 products, 5 of them full size, 2 of them deluxe size. And when I tell you the brands in this are top tier, chef's kiss, I am not joking. I cannot wait to show you and demonstrate the products on my skin for you all. So let's get started. So in this year's Easter egg, we have a mixture of skincare, makeup, body care and hair care. And I'm going to start off with skincare today. As you can see, I've bared fresh faced for you all, so I can demonstrate 2 products. Now, there's one for in the morning and one for the evening. So I'm going to start off with the morning one, and it's from Rodial. Now, we love Rodial. Let's just be honest, Rodial are a fantastic brand. But this Rodial product isn't just any Rodial product. It's a vitamin C. Now, I love a vitamin C. If I can get a good vitamin C in my routine, I am one happy bunny, because the difference a vitamin C makes on your skin is second to none. Now, you're probably asking, what is the benefit of a vitamin C? Some of you might already have this in your routine. Some of you might be looking at having a vitamin C in your routine. One thing I will say with vitamin C's, they tend to be more on the expensive side, but the benefits and results you see from a vitamin C, I think, are some of the best results you can get from a product in your routine, especially for your morning routine. Now, the whole point of a vitamin C is help brighten, even out the complexion, boost collagen production, and also has antioxidant properties. It's just an all-round fantastic product. And what I love about Rodial vitamin C's is that because they're such a premium product, you do see results with these very quickly. Now, not only does it have the obvious vitamin C, it also has hyaluronic acid in there to really help hydrate the skin, alongside glycerin to give that extra hydration boost. It has antioxidants in there to really protect the skin's barrier function. It's also made up of peptides as well, which is always fantastic if you're really wanting to help the appearance of the skin whilst also helping with collagen production. Now, it does come in a pipette, which I personally love because I feel like it really allows you to control how much you're applying on the skin. Personally, one full pipette is more than enough. If anything, you might be able to get away with half the amount of that. But what's the best way to do it is just apply it in the palm of the hands, warm it up in the skin and press into the complexion. Take any excess down the neck. Now, first things first, what I find with the Rodial vitamin C is that it's non-sticky. It's rich, but it doesn't feel oily. I find a lot of vitamin C's do break me out, and it's because I just find them quite rich, quite oily in texture. As I can honestly say that the 2 vitamin C's that I tend to get on board with is Rodial and Medicates. But as you can see, it just absorbs straight into the skin, but leaves this gorgeous glow on the complexion. Now, because it is a vitamin C and it's a serum, we always recommend applying these under moisturizers, not over. And with it being a vitamin C, it tends to be a richer texture. So if you are layering it, we'd recommend going in with your hyaluronic acid first, then your vitamin C over the top, followed by your moisturizer, SPF, so on. But again, fantastic start to the Easter egg, I've got to say. Vitamin C Rodial drops, absolutely, I'm obsessed with it. Now, next up in the skincare lineup of the Easter egg is something we'd recommend you use at night time. Now, this brand in particular I've used for, I would say, 2 years now. And I am obsessed with it. I actually use a higher dose in this just because I've been using it for so long. But we did have it in last year's and we took it up a stage, and it's the Medicate Crystal Retinal Serum. This is in their 3rd generation, so this is level 3. So I think it goes from level 1 to level 10. I think, did we have level 1? I think we might have had level 1, strength 1 in last year's. Now we have strength 3. So if you just finished using that, maybe you've had another one since then, this is definitely time to now go up a level, and this is the number 3 dose. Now, what I love about Crystal Retinal serums is that it is classed as a medium strength retinol, which means that it's going to give you all the benefits of a retinol, but it isn't going to give you this really excessive purging. Don't get me wrong, good vitamins, good retinols do give you that purging stage. It's just its way of really helping to repair the skin's surface. So it's going to help. It might cause the skin to become quite dry, can cause you to break out, etc. But one thing I will say about the Medicate Retinols, I don't really get that with them, which I love, but I still see the incredible results from it. Now, it is a pump texture, so I'd always say pump it a few times to get the product flowing. Don't think that the product isn't going to come out. It does. I always say give it a good pump. It needs 10 to 15 pumps with any new product. And I would say once you've got one, I'd go with 1.5 pumps of the product. As you can see, that isn't a lot of product. You don't need any more than that. Warm it up in the fingertips. Glide it onto the skin. Now, I usually say you'll know the strength of a Medicate Retinol by the colour of it. The stronger it is, the more yellow it is. So it'll start off quite peachy pinky, it goes into more of an orangey peach, which we are now, and then it goes into a yellow. So each one's quite different depending on the strength that you're going with, but this is strength 3. Now, I would say with strength 3, it's still a beginner strength, but it's just slightly stronger than our 1 for obvious reasons. So if you have used a retinol before, maybe you're not using it all the time, but you have used it, you'll be more than able to use the strength 3 still in your nighttime routine. What I love about retinols as well is that they also give you this gorgeous radiance. I always recommend using any retinol in the evening purely on the basis is that because it is a vitamin A, it's quite strong on the skin and it does allow your skin to become a bit more raw to the elements. So I'd always wear it at night time and then make sure you are using an SPF in the morning over the top of your moisturiser, minimum of 30. Anything less, it's pointless using it because it's not got broad spectrum protection. So if you've got anything less than 30 SPF, I wouldn't even bother. I wouldn't bother using it. If you're wanting to protect the skin, you need a minimum of 30, especially if you are using a retinol in the evening. Now, this retinol is classed as a retinoid, and retinoids tend to be a level up from retinol, but formulated specifically to be more gentle on the skin. So a lot of prescriptive retinols tend to be retinoids purely because they're much more gentler on the skin, and this does exactly that as well. So if you are still a bit scared about using a retinol, but because of whatever reason, maybe it's too harsh, you maybe have heard horror stories, but you do want to see the results from it, a retinoid such as the Medicate one is a fantastic choice. Now, vitamin A has a array of different benefits, anti-aging benefits, smoothing of the complexion, evening out skin tone. It's fantastic for cell renewal. So again, if you suffer from breakouts or acne scarring, vitamin A is fantastic for that. Just an all-round fantastic product if you're wanting to see quick results, very obvious results, but in a much more quicker time. Again, always use at night time. Use your Rodial Vitamin C in the morning with your moisturiser over the top SPF, and then in the evening you'd use your Medicate Retinol, your moisturiser of choice, and then you would retire to bed. So we've gone through 2 of the skincare products in the Easter egg. We're now going to go on to makeup. So there's 2 products in here that I can't wait to show you, but I'm just going to go off do my makeup off camera, and then showcase the 2 next products of the Easter egg. So I've done my makeup off camera, and you can probably tell I am missing something. You can always see when I've not got my eyebrows on. When I've got a full face, they stand out like a sore thumb for all the worst reasons. And brow products are something that I absolutely can't live without. So I was very excited to see that in the Easter egg, alongside Rodial and Medicate, we've got Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's their brow duo. Now this is the medium shade, so this can be really builded up to make it darker, but it's also light enough for majority of brow shades. So yeah, I think we're on for a winner with this one, and I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. Now, with any brow product, I always recommend a good brow brush. I personally use one from HF Cosmetics. I love this angled style brush. I would recommend always going with this style brush if you're wanting to get a really nice shapely brow. And all I would personally do is, for me, I would mix the 2 shades together. So I'm going to use the brush to pick up the powder, tap off the excess. I'm going to use the little mirror in here as well. And you literally, personally what I like, oh, that's really good pigment, really good pigment. I am just drawing a line underneath my natural brow. Look how pigmented that is. That is impressive. Let me see how much more I can get after that, out of that one swipe. I've just swiped it once and I've got a full outline of the brow. That is super impressive. I'm going to pick up a bit more, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill in between those lines. Now this is how I personally do my brows. I always have done, always will do. I find this is what just suits my brow shape the most. But obviously you all probably do your brows very different, but this is how I personally like to do my brows. So I like to fill in between the lines with pigment, and then take any excess powder pigment through the start of the brow upwards, like so, taking it through the hair. Just what a difference a brow makes is so impressive to me. That colour and the pigment of that I'm really impressed by. I'm used to using like a pomade. I like a gel pomade texture. Sometimes I've used pencils. I've not used a powder in so long, and I can honestly say I am super, super impressed with that. Really impressed. So I'm going to go off, do my other brow, and then you can see what they both look like. I am really impressed by that. I actually hadn't personally used this product before now, so this is again a first review, which I've actually enjoyed doing these first reviews actually. One day they're going to bite me on the bottom because I might not necessarily like a product, but this I'm impressed. Don't get me wrong, I've used their brow gels, I've used pens in the past, but that I have been super impressed with. The pigment is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. It says it has a buildable coverage. I completely agree. It says it has a customable shade, which again, I do agree, because I reckon you could use either one of these depending on the colour of your hair. This you could go very light blonde with. This could go quite dark, because you can see the pigment really buildable. It says it's got a natural finish, which again, I really do agree. It still allows the hair to come through. It isn't too pigmented, and it has good staying power. So I'm really intrigued to see how this lasts, but overall, I'm really impressed. Next up is another makeup item, and it's from the Beauty Crop. Now, you all loved the Beauty Crop when we featured them in a monthly box last year, and you also absolutely loved it in our glossy pick. So we thought, well, it'd make more sense to introduce it again in the Easter egg, and it's their Ouie Cherie Setting Mist. Now, the Ouie Cherie range in general, I absolutely love. Their gripping primer is fantastic. So, again, I'm really intrigued to see what the setting mist is like. Again, I've not used the setting mist, which I'm actually surprised at myself, because this was everywhere, and it still is. It's everywhere, all over TikTok. And apparently it is fantastic. So I was very excited to see this featured in the Easter egg. Now this does double up as a refreshing face mist as well as a setting spray for makeup. So I'm really intrigued to see what it feels and smells like. I love a face mist. I've always loved a face mist. I get very hot very easily, and I feel like when I do sweat and get hot on my face, I feel like my makeup doesn't last 2 minutes. So I feel like if I can have something that's going to cool me down as well as set my makeup, I'm really happy about that. Has cherry extract and hyaluronic acid, so it's going to be really brightening on the skin as well as very hydrating. It's supposed to leave a beautifully dewy finish on the skin as well, which I absolutely love. I love a dewy finish more than a matte finish, so I'm really intrigued to see if it does give the skin that glow. It's non-greasy, super lightweight, and can be used before, during or after makeup application. So let's give it a go. You literally don't even need to shake it. I would just give it a couple of spritzes beforehand. Hold it around 20 centimetres away from the face. That is super lightweight. Wow. I can't believe how lightweight that is. They were not wrong when they said lightweight. It doesn't even feel like I've got anything on the skin. I can feel the coolness and the refreshness of it, but I can't literally feel anything on the skin. I can see it's giving me skin a nice dewy finish. That is lovely. I find, and I can speak. I feel like sometimes I can't speak after using a face mist because they're either quite strong and I feel like I'm inhaling chemicals, and it usually tends to feel quite drenched. That is exactly what it says it is. I'm super impressed by that. It's also got aloe vera, which I've just seen as well. And aloe vera and hyaluronic acid, you're basically getting a double dose of hydration. So your skin is going to feel hydrated. It's going to be in place for long term. I'm really intrigued to see what you think of this, actually. I love how they all come boxed as well. I love how all of these products come boxed. Because again, if there's anything in here that you necessarily won't use, or you're not keen on, or you've tried before, or you just have too many of them, you can literally just re-gift them, which I absolutely love. And look how cute the packaging is on this. How gorgeous. But yeah, I am super impressed by that. So we've had skincare for in the day with the Rodial Vitamin C drops. We've got skincare for in the evening with the Medicate Crystal Retinal Serum. We've got the Brow Duo from Anastasia Beverly Hills, which has really, really impressed me. Absolutely going to be definitely my new brow product for sure. I've got the Beauty Co-op Cherie face mist, which can be doubled up as a setting, makeup setting spray and face mist. So again, another fantastic product. And then we're going to go into body before I end with hair. Now, this next brand I've really become and learned to love. Now, I've learned to love them because they were featured in our advent calendar with their really unique deodorant. Now, it's from a brand called Act, as in like acting. And the reason why they're called Act is because their products were actually originally made for performers who get very hot, very sweaty, and they produce the most incredible deodorant balm that you can literally apply anywhere. I apply it under the arms, under the boobs. Big busted women watching this, you really do feel my pain, especially in summer. I use it under the boobs. Honestly, it's a game changer. You can use it on your top lip. Honestly, you can use it anywhere. It is fantastic. Well, we've got their body wash in the Easter egg, and I was really intrigued to try this product just because I love their deodorant so much that I was really intrigued to actually try the body wash, and it really didn't disappoint. It really didn't. I love their unique packaging. I highly recommend, if you're using the deodorant in the advent calendar, I highly recommend you head onto their website and treat yourself to the key. There's like a key that you can pop on. It helps you roll the product out. Honestly, it's fantastic and it's proper bougie. It's gold, feels expensive. I absolutely love it. So I highly recommend, if you do love the deodorant, heading over to the website and grabbing yourself the actual key. because it'll come in handy for this as well. You can obviously roll it yourself, but I don't know, I just loved the key element. But this is the body wash. Now, obviously, for obvious reasons, can't demonstrate the body wash. I haven't got any water or shower, etc. One thing I will say, it smells incredible. It smells beautiful. It's not overpowering either, which I love. That's what I also love about the deodorants. The scents are not too overpowering, but there's still enough to help mask any odours. They're just fantastic. What I love about it is really rich. I love a rich shower gel. I feel they're very luxurious. They foam up beautifully on the skin, which I absolutely love. That's what I absolutely love about, especially the Act products. They're just so, they are a premium price point, don't get me wrong. For what with it being a deodorant and body washes, they are premium price point, but you really do feel it in the packaging, in the product itself. It feels premium, which I love, because there's nothing worse than paying a premium price on something that doesn't feel premium. As these, they really do have this premium feel to them. Now this had actually got vitamin E, squalane and prebiotics. So an all-round fantastic body wash is going to really help to, with the prebiotics in there, it's going to really help to minimize any odors on the body. It's got vitamin E, which is fantastic for hydration, and it's also got that double dose of hydration because you've got squalane in there as well. So it's an all-round very hydrating shower wash, but it also just feels beautiful on the skin. It feels super hydrating. It doesn't feel drying. It's just honestly beautiful. And if you haven't tried, if you did get the advent calendar and you've not tried the deodorant yet, I highly, highly recommend you do, because honestly, I love mine. I actually went on to buy more. So I've used mine. They last so long as well. But I actually bought it in a different scent, so I just love it so much. And I went on to buy the key, because the key that you pop on is just fantastic. I'll see if I can overlay a picture of the key so you know what I mean here on screen. But I'm pretty sure you can buy the key on their website. So yeah, if you haven't got one, highly recommend you go and grab yourself one. Now, the next body product is from a brand that I absolutely love, and it's actually got the scent that's my favourite out of all of their products, and it's from Sol de Janeiro, and it's their body butter. Now, this is in the fragrance 59, which is my actual favourite fragrance out of all of the Sol de Janeiro scents. I absolutely love the pistachio and salted caramel. Oh, chef's kiss. The pistachio, I love pistachio anyway, but the salted caramel and pistachio, oh, it just hits differently. But this, I absolutely love. Now, it's got hibiscus scent in there, sandalwood, vanilla, just an all-round very comforting, grounded scent. And the texture, oh, is just, again, beautiful. It's rich, but not rich enough that it makes your skin feel sticky. It still absorbs into the skin beautifully. I love Sol de Janeiro. I love their brand. I love what they stand for. I just love Sol de Janeiro in general. Like, they're one of my favourite, I would say, scents and body product brands. And this scent, oh, I absolutely loved it. When they released it, I was in love instantly. Now, the good thing about their body butters is that they're there to give deep hydration to the skin. They help to support your skin's barrier function. It's soothing. It's just an all-round fantastic brand. And the body butters are beautiful. You can just whack them on. They're very quick drying. Just really easy products. You don't have to wait for them. I have 2 different ones of these travel sizes in my gym bag. I absolutely swear by them. I love to go for a swim after the gym, and my skin does get quite dry. So having this in my gym bag's perfect, because I can whack it on, it absorbs straight away, and I can get dressed. I love them. And this scent, again, I hope you love this scent as much as I do. But yeah, scent 59 is definitely my favourite. Now, as you can see, I have put my hair down, because the next and final product of our Easter egg is actually a hair product. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. When I first saw that this product was going to be in the Easter egg, I wasn't too sure, and the reason being is because I'm not usually a fan of this particular product, not the brand, but the product. However, I have had my mind changed. It's a dry shampoo, and the dry shampoo is from a brand called Arkive. Now, the reason why I tend to not usually like dry shampoos is because I have a very dry scalp. I have an underactive thyroid. It's very unmanageable as well at the moment. It has been for quite a while. So I get very dry skin, very brittle nails, very dry scalp. Like, my scalp can be embarrassingly dry sometimes. And I know we've all been there. But yeah, it's like a cloud. It's like snow. It's like snow. You get what I mean if you've had any issues with a dry scalp before. And I find that dry shampoo is usually a best, like, it intensifies that issue. But when I tried this, I was very, very pleasantly surprised at how hydrating it was on the skin, on the scalp, sorry, to the point where I did go into the ingredients to see what it was, and it has an ingredient in there called baobab. Now, baobab is known for its very hydrating properties for the scalp. And it actually adds scalp moisture. So even though it's got starch in there to absorb any excess oil on the hair, it's still got that baobab in there to moisturize the scalp at the same time. Now, one thing I will say with dry shampoos, the whole purpose of dry shampoos is to eliminate any excess oil. I know we like to use them to add volume, etc. But I do think any excess of any products unnecessarily can cause the hair to become quite dry. But I haven't found that with this. I haven't. And it's really surprisingly shocked me. I'm very pleasantly surprised. So I always give it a good spray first. Now, with any dry shampoos, you want to avoid the ends. All the oil is here in the root. Now, I like to minimize how many times I wash my hair. I don't like to wash my hair often. So dry shampoos are fantastic for that reason. But a good dry shampoo you should get a good few days out of. You shouldn't have to keep reapplying a dry shampoo. You shouldn't have to be using it every day. I tend to find that if I use it after the gym, if I don't want to wash my hair, it eliminates that excess oil and I get a good few days out of it. So with any dry shampoo, I always tend to section it off a couple of sprays, and what you can see is it doesn't leave that dead white powdery colour to it either. It gives the volume, but it doesn't feel drying at all. I'm going to show you some on the root here. As you can see, it doesn't leave that really dry. It smells beautiful. Smells incredibly beautiful, but it doesn't leave that like powdery texture, and I think that's what put me off dry shampoos. Dry shampoos are such a game-changing product to have in your routine. Of course, this is more a premium dry shampoo, so you will get those premium results with it. But honestly, this Arkive, the Reset, I've been really pleasantly surprised by. I know their brand is fantastic. But usually I'm not a massive fan of dry shampoos, but this one I can honestly say I am impressed. Again, doesn't leave any of that residue, which I just absolutely love. I always zhuzh it as well. It's important that you zhuzh it into the root too. But yeah, I just love how it doesn't leave that residue, that white residue on the hair. Being someone that's got quite bright hair, got darker hair, I find that dry shampoos have always just catered more for blondes. But no, I've been really impressed by this. Again, it's got your baobab in there to really hydrate the scalp. And it's also got in there as well starch. That's going to soak up that excess oil without leaving your hair feeling dry, which again is so important. The Reset Dry Shampoo from Arkive also got an award from the Marie Claire Awards as well, which again, is fantastic, because that's huge. If you're getting an award with them, you know you've got a good product. So yeah, I've been really impressed with that, and I think it's a fantastic addition to the Easter egg. So that is our Easter egg. Sorry, but what a lineup. What a lineup. Worth £211, containing 7 products with 5 that are full size. Full size products being the Medicate Crystal Retinol Serum, Vitamin C drops from Rodial, the full size Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Duo, Arkive Dry Shampoo, the Act Body Wash, and your 2 deluxe sizes of the Cherie Setting Mist from the Beauty Crop, and also your Sol de Janeiro Body Butter in the scent number 59. All of this is worth £211. Don't forget that if you do subscribe to Glossybox, you also get subscriber savings. So you'll get all of this for even better the value. So I highly recommend, if you haven't already, subscribe, and you'll get all of this for even cheaper price. But other than that, thank you so much for watching me. Again, you've probably watched me a lot over these last 2 months. January and February. If you're watching this after the go live date, then it should be at the beginning of March. But if you've got any questions, please pop them below. We're more than happy to answer any of your questions. I love all your feedback. I love all your gorgeous comments. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.